पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। वर्ष नंबर 273। I chant जलादि संसर्ग वसात प्रसूतः दुर्गंध धूता गरु दिव्य वासना संघर्षणे नैव विभाति सम्यक विधूयमाने सति बाह्य गंधे। I repeat, जलादि संसर्ग वसात प्रभूतः दुर्गंध धूता गरु दिव्य वासना संघर्षणे नैव विभाति सम्यक विधूयमाने सति बाह्य गंधे। See the translation. The captivating fragrance of the sandalwood, which gets enveloped by a bad odor created by its contact with water, again manifests itself as soon as the external odor is entirely removed by scribing. See the translation again. The lovely odor of aguru, sandalwood, which is hidden by a powerful stench due to its contact with water, etc., again manifests itself when the mere rubbing. The chapter is going on about vasana, about impression. He is giving an example to make things easier. To know any quality of any object, we need direct contact with that quality. Our sense organs has capacity to grasp anything if they are direct contact. If they are not direct contacted, then they cannot grasp. If there is any cover, then we will be not able to know that quality. It does not mean that their quality is not. The quality is there. Our contact is not there. Here is example of sandalwood. Sandalwood is full of lovely smell, odor, but because of water contact continuously, if you put it in a water for many days, then slowly a layer happens and it becomes more thick and thick and thick. So because of that layer, our contact with the sandalwood is not possible because there is a layer. And it starts shrinking, bad smell, because of that layer. But in that time also, the smell is there. So this is our capacity. Our eye can see only if they are direct connected with any object. Our ears can hear any sound if they have direct contact. Our nose can smell only if we have direct contact with the object. If there is any cover, so our contact is not there. So we cannot grasp. Here in sandalwood, also similarly things are happening. There is smell, but smell is covered. Smell is covered by a layer of which is created by water. So this is obstacle. If you want smell, then you have to remove that particular obstacles. It should be removed. And removing the obstacles, we do not put fragrance in the sandalwood. Your little efforts is needed. Your effort will be removing the layer added elements, then automatically you will get smell. So his example is very simple. Jaladi sansarga vasat prabhuta. This is the example. Now take next verse. Anta sratananta duranta vasana dhuli vilipta paramatma vasana pragyati sankarshana to visuddha pratiyate chandana gandhavat sputam. I repeat. Antasratananta duranta vasana dhuli vilipta paramatma vasana pragyati sankarshanato visuddha pratiyate chandana gandhavat sputam. The translation says, the fragrance of the Supreme Self, like the fragrance of a red sandalwood, is covered by the dust of residual impressions, deeply ingrained in the mind, and is again clearly perceived when it is purified by a continuous soaring with knowledge. See the translation. Like the fragrance of sandalwood, the perfume of the Supreme Self, which is covered with the dust of endless, brilliant desires embedded in the mind, when purified by constant friction of knowledge, is again clearly perceived. So in previous verse, we have understood the example. Now the meaning of the example. Like sandalwood, yourself is like sandalwood. full of perfume, full of fragrance, fragrance of happiness, fragrance of calmness, fragrance of quietness, fragrance of knowledge, existence. But the nature of the self is covered with dust. Your nature is absolute truth, absolute bliss, absolute consciousness. Your own fragrance is not available to you. Whatever comes out, it is a very bad smell. We are not able to realize it. Whatever we experience, this is not our real nature. This is our second nature. Nature we have developed to deal with different conditions. This is the conditional. So your pure nature is full of fragrance, but there are so many layers. There are so many layers. Layers of anger, layers of greed, lust, delusion. There are so many layers. And slowly, we become used to. We accept that this is our nature. Someone says, your nature is very angry. And we have listened so many times. And we accept that I am angry. My nature is angry. So this person is angry. His nature is angry. This person is greedy. This person is jealous. So slowly, we become used to with this dust, this layer. So anger is not our nature. Antasrata ananta duranta vasana. Shankaracharya says, in our mind, in our intellect, there are two things. One is Paramatma Vasana. The very word is Paramatma Vasana. Vasana means impressions. So impression of the God is also residing in our mind. And impressions of the world also residing in our mind. In previous verses, we have studied about three vasanas. Lokvasana, body vasana, and scriptures vasana. Impressions, desires. First we get impression. First we get thought. Then we want it. So there are three types of vasana. Some impressions have come because of knowledge, informations. Scriptures means, I told you, scriptures does not mean only scripture. Scriptures means knowledge, information collected by us. There are so many available mediums today. You can collect from the internet. You can ask Google Anand. There are so many mediums for information. They all creates some impressions in our mind. Anta srata ananta duranta vasana. So these vasanas are very durant, very strong. And Paramatma Vasana, the smell of the gods, the smell of your own nature, it becomes covered. We accept the objective world is beautiful. We accept that the objective pleasure is enough. And we are happy. We become used to. So these three vasanas becomes unlimited, anant. Antasrata ananta duranta vasana. So in our mind, there are so many vasanas, impressions, desires, because of anger, because of greed, because of jealousy. There may be so many reasons. So there are so many vasanas, impressions, desires, and we want to fulfill them. We want always fulfill them. Anyhow. So Paramatma Vasana is covered. Everyone, knowingly, unknowingly, has Paramatma Vasana. Sometime I told you, I remember I told you in our high level text of Vedanta, there is written, if someone has very, very good karmas in past life, its result, the person has the Paramatma Vasana, desire for God. Desire for God. There are unlimited jiva, unlimited individual souls. In Lord Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita said, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschidetati siddha. There are so many individual souls. And among them, there is a human body. And in human body also, there are very few who has interest for God. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschidetati siddha. In millions human beings, there may be one person who has really interest in God. Anta sratananta duranta vasana, Sankaracharya says, in our mind, in our intellect, we have unlimited desires, impressions to fulfill them. They are covering. Our Paramatma Vasana, they are like dust. So sometimes we think we should know about God. Every human being, not only human being, every living being has impression of God, but very deep. There are so many dust, so many layers. But Sankaracharya says, one thing is true, so powerful statement. Every living being has desire for God. Every living being has impression of God. Every living being wants to realization. but this impression is very, very deep. Very deep. This is covered by anger. This impression is covered by lust, greed, jealous. There are so many reasons. It is covered. But it is always with you. It is not suddenly happens. You are listening Vedanta. It is not coincidence. It is your destiny. It is your efforts. We have done so much for this time. You may forget that, but you have done. Shankaracharya says, Dhuli vilipta paramatma vasana. Every, not only seeker, every human being, every living being has impression of God, has desire for God. Want liberation, absolute liberation. But this desire, this mumukshata, this smell, this fragrance is hidden by so many layers. So we cannot understand. We could not understand this smell. The smell comes very bad. The smell comes in shape of anger. Anta srata ananta duranta vasana. So there are so many impressions, desires. We have a big list. We have big list. Even God cannot fulfill that. And we are trying to fulfill that list. Dhuli krita paramatma vasana. So in our mind, there are two types vasana. One is worldly vasanas and another is vasana of God. We becomes angry because there are some conditions. If you remove the conditions, anger will go. So anger is not your nature. Anger is not your nature. Anger will come and go. Your nature is calm. You cannot remain in anger 24 hours. Anger is conditional. You can explain reason for your anger. You can explain reason for your greed. But you cannot explain your calmness. Why are you so calm? Because calmness is my nature. How can you ask to fire, why are you hot? It's a nature. So anger is conditional. Greediness is also conditional. Everything is conditional. And if you can remove the condition, the second nature will automatically go. And dhuli bilipta paramatma vasana. Shankaracharya says, so these all vasanas are like dust. So anger is a dust, an impression, a cover, a layer, which covers your real nature. Because of anger, he becomes agitated, disturbed. So anger is a dust. Anger is a layer. You have to remove. Greed is also layers. You have to remove. There are unlimited. That is why Shankaracharya given only 3 categories: Dehavasana, Lokavasana, Shastravasana. We have to remove these all impressions, then your real nature manifests itself. Your effort is effortless. Here, pragyati sangharshanato vishuddhaya visuddha pratiyate chandana gandhavat sputam. So what to do? If there are so many impressions, there are so many layers, there are so many obstacles, what a seeker should do? Shankaracharya says, pragyati sangharshanato vishuddha. Like you rub the sandalwood and the layer will finish. Same, you rub your intellect. For this, effort is effort needed. You need effort without effort. Pragyati sangarshanato vishuddha. Continuously. Sangharsh means here listening, reasoning, contemplating. Where? In your nature. Sharpen your intellect. Sharpen your intellect. And if your intellect becomes sharpened, the all dust automatically will disappear. Pratiyate chandana gandhavat sputam, and your own nature, your own reality automatically will appear, manifest. Now next one. Anatma vasana jali tiro bhutatma vasana nityatma nishtaya tesham nase bhati swayam sputam. I chant again. Anatma vasana jali tiro bhutatma vasana nityatma nishtaya tesham nase bhati swayam sputam. The translation is, innumerable desires for things that are not self cloud the desire for self-realization. When these have been destroyed by constantly abiding in the self manifests clearly all by itself. See the translation one more time. The desires of self-realization is obscured by the countless desires of things other than the self. Then they have been destroyed by the constant attachment to the self. Atman clearly manifests itself of its own accord. Very beautiful. We have done some fundamentals of the Vedanta, basics. Now Shankaracharya is sharing his experience. He's guiding direct to the seeker. What is your path? How you should work? What will be your experiences? Now he's sharing his own thought. What is the path? How to follow the seeker? He says, Anatma Vasana Jali Thiro Bhutatma Vasana. The previous verse is continue. In our mind, there is two kinds impressions. One is Paramatma Vasana. Other is the worldly objects Vasana. We have created our mind as a dumping ground, as a junk ground. All wasted things, all wasted thoughts we put in our mind. All useless thoughts which were given to us by society, by body, by collected information from everywhere. And we keep them. We do not think that they should not be collected. All rubbish things. Today's social media. Social media. Good morning Monday, good morning Tuesday. There are so many thoughts. And we put in our mind unnecessary thoughts. Some thoughts should be discarded. So we have made our mind full of impressions. There are unlimited impressions, unlimited images. Atma Vasana Jali. Here the word is used, Jal. Jal means net. Net. Once you caught, you cannot get rid of from it. Vasana Jali. Vasana Jal means what? We have lots of impressions, lots of desires. Every desire wants our effort, our time, our intellect, our attention. And we do. We have made a list. Why I want education, I want job, I want money, property, house, car, family, friends, this, that. So big list. Everything is our priority. We have to do. But sometimes someone says, what about God? We say, yes, first we have to do my duties, then let's see what about God's. What will happen? So God is last in our list. God is there, but last. First, my education is necessary. Job is necessary. Money, property, prestige, society, everything is necessary. God is last. If time will remain. If time will remain, after doing everything, then I will do for God. And remember, time will not come. Such time not will come any time. Any time. It is the nature of the desires. If you fulfill one desire, 10 desires in front of you will come and they demand to fulfillment. If you fulfill 10, another hundreds of demands, hundreds of desires will appear in front of you. And you realize that these desires are necessary. We have, according to scriptures and medical science, we have 100 years age. And we think time is very little. If we have time more, then I can complete all my desires. This is wrong. No one can complete. In our scriptures, there were some great, powerful demons like Ravan. Ravan had hundreds of millions years life. And he had so big kingdom. It is to be said, he had city of gold. He had divine powers. He was a very learned person. He knew everything. But this is the coordinate of the desires. He could not understand what he should do. I remember one thing he wrote in prayer of the Lord Shiva. We call it Shiv Tandav Stotram. He wrote, see the misery of his life. He was living in Gold City. He had everything. But in deep down, he had a desire. He said, "Oh Shiva, I do not know when this time will come. I will go in Himalaya. I will live in the cave of the Himalaya. Become very non-violent, quiet, in peace. And I chant Shiva Shiveti Mantra Mucharan, and I would be happy." This is the desires of Ravan, who never fulfilled. He died. Millions after years, he died. But he was unfulfilled, unsatisfied. Story is the same. Because the net of the vasana, Anatma Vasana Jali, Shankaracharya says, Anatma Vasana Jali. Anatma means different, other than the Atma. Other than the Atma. These all are the Jal net. Even Ravan. Other so many could not succeed to get of freedom. Atma Bhuta, Tirobhuta Atma Vasana. So everyone has Atma Vasana. Everyone. I gave you example of Ravan. Ravan also wanted to come in the Himalaya. But he did not. He did not come. He could not come. He wanted. So see the misery. He can do anything. but desires nature is no one can fulfill them. Anatma vasana jali tirobhuta atma vasana. Shankaracharya says everyone has the desire for liberation, desire for self-realization, but that desire is covered by so many anatma vasanas. The question is how to one work? What should we do? Shankaracharya says, Nitya Atma Nishtaya. Only path is, only way is Nitya Atma Nishtaya. You cannot fulfill them. You can withdraw anytime. You can quit anytime. See, you cannot fulfill them. You can quit anytime. Anytime. I don't want. Forget. You can quit. Nitya Atma Nishtaya. Nishtha means faith. We have faith in society. We have faith in our friends. We have faith in property. We have faith in our father, son, friends, so many places. But you should have faith in self also. You should have faith in yourself also. You are the greatest. You have faith in your body. You have faith in your mind. You have faith in your eyes. But you don't have faith in yourself. Shankaracharya says, Nitya Atma Nishtaya. Have faith in you. Constantly remember you. Constantly remember yourself. Then slowly, these all vasanas will disappear and your own real nature will be manifest. Now, last one. Yatha yatha pratyagavasthitam manah तथा मुंचति बाह्य वासनाम निशेष मोक्षे सति वासनानाम आत्मानुभूति प्रतिबंध शून्य. I repeat one more time. यथा यथा प्रत्यगावस्थितं मनः तथा मुंचति बाह्य वासनाम निशेष मोक्षे सति वासनानाम आत्मानुभूति प्रतिबंध शून्य. See the translation. To the extent the mind gets gradually established in the inmost self, to that extent it leaves its desire for the objects of the world. When all such desires completely end, then there is clear, unobstructed realization of the self. See the translation again. As the mind becomes gradually established in the inmost self, it proportionately gives up desires for external objects, and when all such desires have been eliminated, there takes place the unobstructed realization of the Atman. Yata yata pratyagavasthitam mana. Now Shankaracharya giving the path. How should proceed? How should proceed? What is the path? he says, you have to train your mind. And it is not going to happen overnight. It will take time. And we have time. There is no any problem with times. And for self-realization, there is no any condition which is not possible. Your desire to be liberation is must. Your target is limitless. Your goal is absolute. So we have to have patience, limitless, no hurry. But your efforts should be not half-heartedly. Spirituality is not part-time job, it's not part-time activity. As Patanjali said in Yoga Sutra, Satu Dirghakal Nairantari Asevito Dhrada Bhumi. Satu Dirghakal Nairantari Asevito Dhrada Bhumi. Your practice should be for a long time, Dirghakal. Any practice in a spiritual life you are doing, take it for a long time. It is not like this, I have done this practice and nothing is happening. I have been doing since 3 years, nothing is happening. So give someone another practice. No. Dirghakal. Take it time. Be patient. Patanjali says Dirghakal and Nairantariya, without any interruptions. Nairantariya. And with respect. Satu Dirghakal, Nairantariya, Asevito. With respect. You continue your practices. Shankaracharya says, Yatha yatha pratyagavasthitam mana. Slowly, slowly your mind becomes accustomed. And after a long time, your mind will start cooperating to you. But your mind will get something better than bodily objects. Then it becomes quiet. In spiritual life, you become more mature. You are more advanced. Your mind is like a child. It wants something joyful. So worldly objects, mind is enjoying with worldly objects. Shankaracharya says, you give something special. Then it becomes introvert. You can give something better than the words to the mind. We would give some better happiness in less effort or without effort, then mind will support you. Shankaracharya here is saying the path of practices. Your mind is gateway of the spirituality and the world. Without mind, without intellect, you will not succeed. So train your mind. Give something better. And something valuable, easy way. Then mind can renounce bodily objects. If we will not give the something special to the mind will not leave the worldly objects. When you give something special, that is why Acharya says, chanting Lord's name. Do some charities. Train your mind. Slowly, gradually, mind will start to enjoy introvert pleasure. Subjective happiness. Subjective happiness is better than objective happiness. Mind is not direct contact with objects. Mind is very far away from the objective worlds. Mind has only some impressions of the objects. Mind does not have its real nature. If you are able to give some real pleasures, some pure happiness, some real happiness, then mind will support you. Shankaracharya says, yata pratyagavasthitam mana tata munchati vahya vasanam. The mind will support you, and you should also support the mind. Mind becomes introvert. Now, mind is not interested in the objective worlds. The condition is you give something special, some divine happiness, some divine glimpses, some divine quietness, which is not worldly. So you have to train your minds slowly. Shankaracharya says, tata munchati vahya vasanam, your mind will support you. The mind will give up all objective pleasures. That time, there is no meaning for minds for a kingdom or a hut. Both are meaningless. Diamond and pebbles are meaningless. Bahya vasanam, all impressions, all objective pleasure, all objects, mind can renounce them. Nishesha mokshe sativasananam atmanubhuti pratibandha sunya. The Shankaracharya says, the way is gradually your mind renounce the worlds. First, like a child. You were so fascinated with plastic toys, so attached with plastic toys. But now you are mature. You have no interest in plastic toys. Same. Your mind is also like a child. You have to mature your mind. Give understanding your mind. And then all objective words, all objective pleasure, all objective impressions becomes useless for your mind. Then Atma Anubhuti Pratibandha Sunya, then your own smell, your own fragrance will manifest. All dust have to be removed. Dust of vasanas, dust of desires, dust of anger, dust of greed. You have to remove all things. Shankaracharya says it will take time, slowly, slowly, but you have to do. There is no other way. Then, Atma Anubhuti, your realization, yourself, you can realize. You do not realize yourself. So strange. You realize everything, you do not realize yourself. So after removing all these dusts, vasanas, you can realize your own nature, you can smell your taste, you can smell your own fragrance, you can taste your own taste. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Santi Santi Santi. Shankaram Sankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah. Om Shanti Santi Santi.